Hey Taurus, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your end of July 2025 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself, Taurus, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. Somebody could be closed off right now. They're hurting. This could be you. This could be them. I saw the Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Seven of Wands. Okay, let's see what's going on for you, Taurus. You have the Page of Pentacles as your overall. So this could be communication, practical communication, maybe a willingness to communicate about something. Let's see. You have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Could have it in your chart. Dealing with one, doesn't have to be. Temperance in your current energy, you might be very patient right now with the situation, and that is so Taurus. Being very patient with something here. The Challenge could be a Libra, is the Justice card. Maybe things being balanced or having justice or perhaps making something right. It's all happening because of the Ace of Pentacles. That's your foundation. So there is a new beginning for something that is very solid. And with your overall energy as the Page of Pentacles, he's holding that Ace of Pentacles. So there is something here that, for some of you, you have manifested this, or manifested this. You're in the vibration of this Ace of Pentacles, of starting something that can blossom actually into something that has roots, that is long-term, that is steady, that is secure. And right now you're being patient with something here. The Ten of Swords, I saw that before. In the past, something could have ended and opened your eyes. Ten of Swords, normally for me, when I see that card, I'm always like, okay, that's the card of suffering. So in the past, there was some sort of suffering. On your mind, Page of Swords, watching. You're watching, you have your eye. I also feel like this is wanting to say something. It could be that you're waiting for the right time to say something. Maybe you're waiting for someone else to say something to you. Your outcome is the Nine of Swords. All right, well, let's see what this is. Why is the Page of Pentacles here as the overall energy? You could be dealing with somebody who's younger than you, or you're the younger one. Six of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. I think, okay, the overall energy is offering something that is ultimately an equal give and take. Moving towards something that feels secure and stable for you yourself. For some of you, this is somebody approaching you. Maybe they feel that you're that to them. I do feel a sense of wanting to communicate about how something is going to work. There is a growing up energy here. Either this is you or you're dealing with someone, but somebody here has the opportunity to build something that is long-lasting, long-term. But for them to do that, they need to grow up a little bit. They need to understand that something can't be a double standard. Something can't sustain itself if you're just in and out. Now, for some of you, if this is a work situation, which I'm not necessarily getting, but we can throw it in there. If it's a work situation, you could have someone approach you, or you get some sort of communication that either you're going to get more money for, or a better position. You seem like somebody who is reliable, who can do the job right. What is the Temperance? Why is that the current energy for Taurus? Two of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Emperor. So currently, okay, either you're already in a long-term relationship with this person, or there is some sort of masculine energy dynamic here, a blending of that, but it's wonky. And with that Temperance card, it could be that you're trying to manifest that balance, because the balance is the challenge. So something here has the potential to grow, or was growing. I almost feel like somebody might have overridden it with their own, the word egotistical comes to mind, but that's not what I wanted to say. With their own, like, I do what I want, their own stubbornness, their own, like, I'm going to control the situation as I want it. And then I feel like there's a pause and there's like a shift, because there's something healthy that wants to come out of this. For some of you, this is moving very slowly. Why is the Justice card the challenge? Sun, Leo energy. Eight of Pentacles, the Star card, Aquarius. This is like I said, this is something, somebody has been manifesting this. And I'm going to say it's you because this is your reading, but if you want to take it as vice versa, or both, whatever, that's fine. Take it as it resonates. But it's so clear what needs to be invested in, what needs to be worked on for it to be healed, or for it to be balanced. For some of you, you're giving straight up communication, like a manuscript to somebody of, this is how it's going to work. Just follow that. Like, you literally don't even have to think. Just follow this manuscript. And that's not happening. Something is not balanced here. For some of you, somebody is just not seeing the overall picture. You could be dealing with somebody who wants temporary fixes, or who does temporary fixes, or wants instant gratification. Like, they're not looking at this long term, or that's how they behave. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? For some of you, I also want to say something is not practical. You might be dealing with a situation that seems great in the moment, but is this sustainable? Is this balanced? Will this grow into something? Is there a conflict of interest also? There's just so many messages coming through. Two of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, so there is some sort of pause. Somebody is not taking action. This could even be you, for this opportunity for something to grow out of this. There might have been kind of like, all right, we're not going to talk. We're just going to move on, move forward. But there's still this stuck energy. There's almost like an unfinished business feeling. Let's keep going. Why is the Ten of Swords here? I feel like something else will show up as I keep going. Five of Wands, Seven of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I almost feel like some sort of conflict of interest. There could have even been somebody else involved. Aries, Sag, Leo. I just saw the King of Wands. Doesn't have to be that. But I don't know if it's other people. For some, it's like something internal. But something seems to clash. And it's like, I don't want anything to do with that. Because I'm just going to end up being depleted, or feel left out in the cold, or feel like there's a sense of lack here. What you're looking for, Taurus, is something that is secure and stable, where there's an equal give and take, where this is actually practically working. Not just, oh, this feels hot and heavy, but like, is this sustainable? Is this something that's long term? Because don't waste my time. You could have dealt with something in the past that really hurt you. Why is the Page of Swords? And it might not even have to do with this situation. It could have... I almost feel like that's a distant past thing. All right, Page of Swords. You have the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Two of Wands. Oh, is there a third party situation here? There's almost like a bit of an avoidance with this Seven of Swords. And you're over here just watching, seeing, wait, is this something good? Why is the Nine of Swords here? For some of you, you're watching somebody who you're unsure of them. Whether it's you're unsure of their lifestyle, of their friends, of what they do for work. For some of you, you're wondering if somebody else has another person. Also, for some of you, it could even be like, okay, if I get back together with this person, or I reconcile with this person, let's say you are together, maybe there is some sort of argument here. If we reconcile, do I have to watch my back? Like, there's something here that you feel like you have to, that you have to make a decision about. All right, let's see this Nine of Swords. Strength, Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups. Why is the Strength card here? You know what's going to make you more attractive? Whether you, the Taurus, and I'm going to say female, feminine energy, because I see the Queen of Pentacles, or you're the cross watcher or whatever, you holding back, not holding back in a way that's mean. Okay, you knowing that not everyone can have access to you. Not just because somebody is, oh, I'm sorry 1 minute, and then the next minute they're doing the same thing that they just apologized for. And just because they said I'm sorry, you're like, oh, okay, great, yeah. And then they do the same offense and then apologize again, and then there's just this cycle. So there's almost like a knowing when to pull back and knowing when to say no. Because it might have even hurt you to put down boundaries. For some. I feel like it's going to be a big shocker when you hold back when you know your worth, when you don't allow access just because they bought you flowers type of thing. There's something here that what you're manifesting is more security, like emotional security, where you actually feel that sense of security. You have the 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. But for whatever reason, that stresses you out. There's a Taurus card. It fell in the reverse, though. Yeah, you're dealing with a cycle. Look, for some of you, it's been over, it's difficult, you're closed off, or you're still holding on to it. You have the card of intuition here, things changing, but then you have the Devil card. There's something here that seems like it's a repetitive cycle. Or you're fearing that it's going to be a repetitive cycle. Or I don't know. I don't know if this person has addictions or they're toxic or you have a codependency to them or something here just doesn't feel free or doesn't feel, I'm going to say, secure, safe. You have the Three of Wands, waiting, expectations. You know what? I also want to say with that card of expectation, it literally just flew out. Maybe not to have expectations. Because when we don't have expectations, we're not really focused on what's going to happen outside or with the other person. Or we don't have that tie of like, oh, what are they going to do next? Are they going to do this? Oh, they did this. This is what I was expecting. When we don't have that, and I know it's easier said than done, when we don't have that expectation, our focus shifts on to what we can actually expect, what is actually concrete, what is in front of us, what is in our control. So when you act like, whatever, I'm not really expecting anything, like force yourself to do that. I'm not expecting anything. And you start feeling yourself like, I am expecting something. I am. Oh my goodness, I'm expecting something. Start doing something else. Do breath work. I don't know. Go exercise. Go paint. Go listen to music and dance in front of your mirror. I don't know. Watch a comedy and laugh. Distract yourself from those thoughts that are going to kind of make you feel like you're dependent on whatever the other person is going to do for you to feel happy. Investment, relationship, moving forward. Sad. Your heart is open to this, though. Or their heart. The feminine energy's heart is open. But she is also either in need or she is doing this where she is shifting her focus onto something that's much more productive. Scorpio energy. What is this walking away? For some of you, I feel like there's going to be coming back around where there's an apology, where there's some sort of reconciliation. But I almost feel like the cycle repeats itself. And the attraction is still there. Somebody could seem cold, guarded. All right, that's basically where I'm at. But then again, this is just energies for now. All right, let's get you advice and clarity. Oh my goodness, too many. Let's try again. There is something here to be played out. When cycles are repeated, I know we hear all the time, because the lesson has to be learned. Listen, sometimes the lesson is that what you're asking of the other person, that's what they need to shift into. And what they're asking or telling you they don't, like, okay, let me give you an example. If you're asking for commitment from another person, like, oh, let's start a family, or let's get married, or let's have something that's committed. And the other person is like, yeah, but they don't act like it. They act like they don't want that. The message for them is to actually evolve into a person who is not so self-centered, a person who's actually of service of their partner. The message for the person that's asking for that long-term relationship and they're not getting it, message for them is to be a little more independent, more dependent of themselves as opposed to the other person. Like choosing yourself. Do you choose yourself? Because it could be even like subconsciously, you're just waiting for them to choose you. And you know what the other person would fear? You rejecting them. All right, what is the message for Taurus? Service and workaholic. Funny how I said service before. Honey Adams loved her 3 children very much and had a rewarding family life, though sometimes she regretted never finding a career outside the home. At the end of her life, she realizes that this failure was not a failure at all. She achieved something more important, passing on a legacy of service to her daughter, Franny. Being a mother is a great accomplishment. Are you seeing your life as it really is? Though we may wish things to be different, often we create just what we need. This is an opportunity to look at where you are today. Give up what you think you deserve and start being of service. How does the idea of service inspire me? How can I make the most of my present situation? What can I give? The keywords are compassion, loyalty, strength, favoritism, unwillingness to compromise values, finding contentment, the joy of service, precious memories. The energy here is one of manifesting through being of service. This card indicates a steadfast ability to stay the course emotionally and create something sustainable and lasting. It can also bring to light not seeing or valuing what you have. This message could be for the person that you're dealing with. I mean, the message could also be for you, where how are you of service to yourself? So workaholic is the next one. Okay. Brad Blueberry paints and paints and paints. He has no time for anything other than perfecting his art. An elder Blueberry reminds Brad that one day he will be old and shriveled too. so he'd better live life to the fullest. Brad takes the advice and discovers that having fun enriches and sharpens his art. He finds out that life is what makes work valuable. Are you waiting to complete your career before you live your life? Busy work may be helping you hide from real issues. Am I working too much and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I'm avoiding doing? The keywords are talent, fun, friends, feelings of inadequacy, transformation indicated, not being fulfilled by work, heeding warnings, refreshing your mind to improve your work. Here, the earthy brown of creation mixes with inspirational violet. This card indicates one of the most powerful manifesting energies. Now you are very prolific. If what you are creating stalls, you may need to recharge. Know your limits. Okay, so definitely the message here is pretty simple. So somebody here is focused too much on something else, and I almost feel like neglecting, and that's why the card of service comes into play, because service would be the opposite of neglecting. So I don't know if this is you, the other person, take it as it resonates, but that's the message that I have for you, Taurus. So check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.